Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, so first and foremost, I don't know, do I sound like I have an extra echo going on here? Let me know how it sounds, because it sounds a little bit different in my playback. Anyway, welcome to the Kush Den. If you're not familiar with the Kush Den is a 420 friendly. I sound drunk. That's unfortunate. A 420 friendly conversation and community. If you're not familiar with the Kush Den, you know, this is the time where I tell you to, you know, if you don't smoke, pour yourself a nice drink. If you don't drink, pour yourself a nice warm beverage and sit back, relax. Or not a warm beverage, that's disgusting. A warm glass of milk. Yeah, this shit just sounds crazy. It sounds real thrown off for a reason. Here's the deal, okay? Yeah, I can look like I can piss super clean now. Here's the deal. I guess I moved everything. It all sounds a little bit thrown off, and I hate when I do that. Because anytime I unplug this motherfucker and I change it up, it's always something. Even if I plug everything back as it was, it's just a bit of a repetition. So anyway, we'll get it all figured out. And if y'all knew what the fuck the problem was, boy, like the issue was that I didn't cut the microphone on. Everything else was a-okay. Just didn't cut the mic on. That is all. Anyway, usually that bitch is on, I guess, because I cut it off when I was moving everything around and everything else. So there's that. So, like I said, we're going to talk about tonight, is America really that bad? And by that I mean, you know, some people feel like this is the worst country on the face of the planet. Some people love it, some people hate it. Then I just kind of want to look at both sides of the coin and kind of it just sounds really, really crazy. This might be a problem here. Let's see. See if this helps it sound not so crazy. It still has a fucking weird ass still has a crazy ass little weird echo in my ears. Anyway, okay, like I say, you know, it's just that, yeah, I'm just testing things. It sounds really weird to me, as opposed to that's how it normally sounds. So again, like I said, I'm gonna have to tweak some shit so that I don't fucking move the shit around. But my thing is this: some people feel like because of the majority culture, and you know, mainly it's like I say, it's from a minority perspective. People feel like, you know, America's a horrible place to live. It's the worst place on earth, and there's so many better options. Some people feel like this is the best country on the planet. And again, so I say I want to look at a multitude of things. And we're just going to discuss these things while we get everything else. Yeah, the mic might be one of the worst things about America right now. Make sure I got the right fucking shit going on here, because I don't know what the fuck is. Let's do this shit. Let's get it all in. Don't hate the red mic. I'm going to turn some stuff around and see how this works out. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. This is the right one. So, like I said, you know, we're going to just talk about a couple of things. Of course, this is the Kush Den. You know, this is a conversation. And your input is always welcome, you know, because people have different experiences. People see things differently through, you know, different lenses, I guess you could say. And each of us have our own lens. You know, they say that we only really see what is it, like 10% of light or something like that. We only decipher something like that, something crazy. So basically, you know, even though we'll always the majority of us see similar things, it's not exactly the same. That's why you have those instances where that fucking dress, was it blue or was it fucking white or was it yellow or gold or some shit, you know, because we all decipher, we all receive the input a little bit differently, and we all process it a little bit differently, and mainly the processing goes on via the brain, not necessarily what you see, whatever you receive through your eyes and things like that. So we all can look at the same things and see completely different images. That's why we all look at same scenarios, like, okay, that's right and that's wrong, and somebody else will say, no, that's wrong and this is right. And there's always beef, there's always battles, so there's always arguments about things that you would think would be relatively simple to understand. But again, we're going to try to get to the bottom of it. We're going to try to figure all this malarkey out. So when we sit here, what's the motherfucking deal, Broderick? As a matter of fact, I apologize. Let's see who we got in the den with us this evening. You know, make sure to show some love for joining. So again, all the fucking screens are flippity floppity, all that other shit. And I apologize again for the technical difficulties earlier. Kenneth 335, Dominic, Danny, 2 hours later, my ass. 2. Let's see. And I'll let y'all got away with it then, but y'all put that caca shit again. That's gonna be instant timeout because that shit is lame. Like, do y'all like enjoy being fucking lame? That's like, do something creative. Like, it was funny for like 2 minutes, probably not even funny for that long, and it was when it was like Jay Bird was doing it, but not everybody's doing it. It's like not original, it's not amusing, and that shit gonna get you the band hammer. So let's see, DeMarcus, Dr. Rabbit, Heidi, T'Challa, good to see you all. Cavity Creep, not to try to jack the weed, man. No, not this time. Let's see, make sure I ain't missing nobody. I'm trying to scroll down, I'm looking kind of quick. So I gave you power, what's the motherfucking deal? Ed Man, what's the motherfucking deal? Make sure everybody, I have not been sipping the yak, the miles and or the yak. Yeah, man, I meant that I was moving Salt Sports back to its original location because I was out of pocket for a bit. And let's see, Kenneth took the liberties of going ahead and doing the intro. I appreciate that. Worst thing about America's house cat culture and crybabies who've never seen real oppression. I could agree with that. I don't know what house cat culture is. That's that's interesting. The worst thing about America was the last years of sports, baseball, gay football, and the NBA dominated by one team. So there is that. Team Strawberry Milk. I don't know if you want to say that. That is a little suspect. And let's see. All right. Okay, cool. I think that's everybody. Got you, Broderick. What's the motherfucking deal? All right, so let's get into it, man. Like I say, here's what you generally have, and this happens in all kind of instances. There's a cricket here in the Kush den, so ignore him. He may want to guest star instead of Scotty. So my thing here is, you have people who look at America's past, and here's the problem with this, is that I should have killed this guy in his butt. I got a horrible name. People look at America's past, and they look at all the oppression and the things that they perceive to have happened, and you know, they're upset about it. And I can understand that. I can understand being upset when you feel like you're on the losing side of things. But again, you know, a lot of these things come from decisions, choices that are made, you know, and you have to live with those outcomes. So when we sit here and we complain, and when we talk about, oh, this ain't fair, that ain't fair, and I look at all demographics, and to me, instead of saying, you know, hey, this ain't fair, that ain't fair, I look at certain people and I wonder, how did they make it? And say the Carter 5, September 21st. Ain't that the best? The day after my birthday. You know, I look at other people and say, well, how the fuck did they make it? If this oppression is so prominent, if it's so dominant, if it's nobody can win, how the fuck did that motherfucker make it? How did this guy make it? How did this Mexican American make it? How did this guy who made his way across the border, be it legally or illegally, thrive and succeed when, you know, there's been people who've been here for so long calling oppression that nobody can make it? How did this guy from another country, wasn't even born here, come to this country, thrive and succeed? Why do the people who come here from other countries want to come here if this place is so bad, if the racism is so awful, if, you know, the oppression is just unbearable? Why do people want to come here? Why do people who look like me? Why do people who look like you? Why do people who may look like a little bit of everything? Why do people who look like fucking Blake Griffin? I don't know why I said Blake Griffin, because who knows what he really is. Want to come to this country because this country provides you an opportunity, exactly, T'Challa, an opportunity that no other country will. But yet, you know, what's that saying? You can't see the forest for the trees. For me to sit here and just say, you know, say that, oh, you know, nothing bad has ever happened to anybody and all this stuff is fake, I'd be lying. There are instances where there have been some unjust situations taking place. Absolutely. Will not deny that. There are instances where racism does occur. I'm not blind to that. But the fact is, if more people spent time saying, hey, I'm finna go do something with myself, be something with myself, instead of sitting here hunting and looking for every single instance of wrongdoing or negativity that I can find and use that as an excuse as to why I can't succeed. Because let's say you go to the projects, and I'm not advising you to do that. You go to any hood in America, then ask somebody why they're in the situation they're in. I guarantee you it's some external factor as to the reason why. Oh, the man is holding me down. It's because, you know, these fucking crackers, they racist. Or it's because, you know, niggas, we can't get up out the mix. We can't help each other do this, this, and this. And I say this all the time too, but I'm not using that as an excuse. But it's always an external factor. Now, you go to any neighborhood that is well off. That's a nice neighborhood, you know, clean streets, nice cars, nice homes. I hate homeowners associations, but we can talk about those too. But, and ask them, you know, hey, how did you get into the position you're in? And they're going to say they took every opportunity that was given to them to thrive, to succeed, to pursue. Now, some people are lucky. Like, yeah, we can find, you know, and I think a lot of people rather look for that. Well, this person there, they, you know, they were born rich, so everything was given to them. We look at a couple of celebrities or whatever who were born into success, or people who were born into wealth. This is few and far between compared to the normal person. I mean, there's thousands of people who make themselves millionaires every year, but we don't really look at those because they're not on TV, so we don't ever use those examples. Those examples are in the books, in the magazines. Those examples are in the articles where there may be a few more words than images, maybe a few more words than videos. You know, we actually may have to read some things. And there's a lot of people who just, they see words and choo, the mind gets cut off. It's easy to repeat what the TV tells you. It's easy to repeat what the guy who ain't making it and the reason why he's in the same position as you, if you happen to be down and you feel this way. It's easy to repeat that, well, I can't win because, you know, somebody else is holding me down. Not the choices that I made were bad, or not the fact that, you know, I did not give it my all, or not the fact that, you know, that I made some, I mean, like I say, some very unfortunate decisions at either a young age, an older age, or just didn't, again, like I say, seize the opportunities that were available. Now, my thing again, and like I say, I'm aware, like when Catholic Group, I see where you're mentioning the slave patrols. I'm well aware of those. I'm well aware of the prison situation. But at the same time, a lot of people who go to prison, and the recidivism rate is extremely high. Why is that? Why is it that, you know what I'm saying, when a person goes, you would think that, okay, man, this ain't the shit for me. You know, I know you could say, well, hey, the jobs aren't there, but people create jobs all the time. Or you could say the opportunities aren't there, but people create opportunities all the time. I mean, I think that, well, we don't want to talk about the reefer. We know who was enjoying the reefer, the goddamn jazz man. But again, comparing this country to other countries, like I look at it, you know, mainly from a black perspective, because I am, if you did not know, surprise, surprise, I am a black man. I didn't want to tell you guys. I didn't want you to know, but the secret's out. So my thing is this, man. My thing here is, and this is what I compare it to often. I look at Africans who come here. Why are they able to succeed? Why do they thrive? Why do we not hear the same complaints and arguments? Uh-oh. Y'all hear him? Shitty nigger cricket. I'm gonna kick his goddamn ass. I blame that on Breaking News Braylon because he dropped a hard ER on the stream the other day, and so now that's been stuck with me. But my thing is, no, fucking cricket broke his way into the goddamn into the fucking Kush den. He's got to go. I let him make it. I saw him, you know, wandering around, and I was like, "What's up, my nigga?" He was like, "Nah, fuck you." He threw his little cricket gang signs at me, so I ain't want no plex. But if I see him again, I'm gonna whoop his ass. But my thing is, say, my nigga, can you shut up, my nigga? I'm like, I mean, that's real rude and real disrespectful. Shut that shit up. You just really gonna make up? See, that's what I'm saying. Goddamn black crickets. But on a serious note, Scotty would probably run from the goddamn cricket. But, you know, on a serious note, my thing is this. You know, the thing is, they come and they thrive and they succeed, and the only thing that sets them apart from the American black is the mentality, because the majority of them, well, I wouldn't say you can tell the difference, you know, well, but the majority of white people of the races can't tell the difference. If an African didn't say anything and a black American didn't say anything outside of, you know, the tattoos and things of that nature, and probably the hairstyles and shit like that, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And what they do is they come here with a goal, with a mind, and they've actually experienced some situations that they've experienced the lack of opportunity. Ah, this dirty bitch. Yeah, I remember this game. You know, situations, problems that they know in America, you can easily overcome, as opposed to those opportunities don't exist there. And it's not to say that all Africans who come here are broke and they're struggling, because a lot of them motherfuckers come here and have money. Then a lot of them come here with, you know, limited resources and build wealth. So my thing is, you know, you have to. This hoe ass again. He wanted to hit me with the thing. He ain't want to box with that hoe whenever I was trying to box him. He wanted to wait till his homeboy shot me. But again, yeah, I'm talking about these American problems and commentating on my PUBG experiences in the background. Shaq Kush is a bad partner. But again, like I say, you know, you look at these things and I wonder, why do these people continue to come here? Why do they keep coming? Why did, when Trump, you know, said whatever it was he said about shithole countries, you didn't see any of these people in a rush to go back? You know what I mean? You say the foreigner living among you will rise higher and higher above you while you sink down lower. Well, why do we continue to sink lower and lower? Why is that? If these facts are available in the Bible, you gave a Bible verse, well, then why is it black people, they stay in the church? on Sundays, why is it that we continue to decline as a people? You know, what is that? So how do we fix that? How do we resolve that? How do we fix the covenant? Why did we do that? But again, like I say, I'm not the most familiar with the Bible and the verses, so I will this was a fun day until Phoenix showed up. There's that. But my thing is this though, again, but on an individual basis, if you decide to right your own wrongs, you know what I mean? You fix your own problems. And I've seen it in my own life, and again, there's still a lot that I'm working on. But I know when I thought a particular way, when I operated from a particular mind frame, certain situations continued to circle about me. When I changed my mindset, and I'm continuing to evolve on that daily, I noticed different experiences. I have different encounters, different opportunities. So what's keeping the people who feel like America's just so bad, so awful, it's the worst place? One, what's keeping them here? Two, what's keeping them from being able to see these opportunities? What's keeping these people from being able to say, hey, you know, maybe it's the shit I'm doing. You know, you have black women twerking in the fucking club every fucking Saturday night, hitting the same fucking club, same night, doing the same shit, wondering why they can't get their lives. Like, well, what does it keep it? What keeps people from realizing, hey, it's me doing the same fucking shit that keeps me in the same fucking situation? You say, but mixed blacks are the loudest, like the extra, because they almost hate their lives. I agree with you, man. Why is that? Why are light-skinned black people, or the mulattoes, or whatever you want to call them, why are they the loudest? Like, look at T.I. Why are they so militant? Why are they so angry? What is up with that? Why is that? You know? So then what do we do to get out of the slavery that we have been enslaved? You say light-skinned people are considered soft. T.I. fool. T.I. looks just like Sean King. Coincidence? I think not. You say there's white folks used to sit there and starter blacks. The white folks used to send them in the house so they would listen to. Let's see, but a lot of black Americans are not doing bad at all. We continue that narrative on sex with blacks. I just don't have time to waste on the do nothing blacks anymore. Now I agree with that. I agree with that, and that's how it should be. But for some reason, and this is something I talk about often, is that you got people who sit here and say, when you make it out of the hood, when you make it out, you're supposed to give back. Why are you supposed to give back to an environment that did nothing but take from you? Why are you supposed to give back to, you know, people who you realize they're going to continue to make the same poor decisions? You know, I feel like help motherfuckers who want to be helped. And like, people have to show signs of wanting to be helped. They got to show signs of wanting better before you just go out there and say, I'm going to go help everybody, because everybody doesn't want to be helped. If they did, they'd start looking in different areas. They start looking for different avenues, different outlets. You know what I'm saying? And is that a brewski? No. No brewskis, no smoke. Just chilling. The system is here. This is where the system is, okay? Because that's an easy out. The system is up here. It's a systematic, it's a programming that we program ourselves with, knowing that the shit that we do is ignorant, knowing that the shit is stupid. But, and I'm not gonna say it's just black people, because it's not. I've seen, you know, second, third generation Hispanics or Mexicans, because you're all, you know, all Hispanics go into the Mexican category. That's just how it works. But my thing is this, man, like, you have to change your perspective. Like, you have to want better for your fucking self. And you look around, okay? Africa has plenty of resources, but Africa's just as crooked. You look at a lot of these countries, it's a lot of war-torn areas going on. They're fucking each other over for the presidency, and they're starving people out. It's happening in a lot of South American, Mexican countries. Yeah, I said that on purpose. You know, and then like I say, there will be, when he puts the overeducated blacks. Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you that there can be intellectuals can be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Being overly intellectual can be a problem. Now, there's nothing wrong with being smart, being intelligent, if you're putting action behind it. You know, it's one thing to just have a bunch of words. Then it's another thing to have that action behind it. It's another thing when you're just spouting off a bunch of nonsense. Like, the thing that bothers me is with the successful blacks who sit here and continue to repeat the same shit. You know, motherfuckers who came from poverty, they figured it out. They got themselves together, but then they sit here and say, oh, it's oppression. It's like, well, how did you make it? How did you get out? But you're telling me I can't. You're telling me I'm oppressed. You're telling me all this other stuff about me. But somehow you did it. But nobody else can. Like, to me, that's like a form of arrogance, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that blows my mind when I see stuff like that. Especially, like I say, a lot of these, oh, we're being oppressed. But yet you were able to, you know, come from a low class to a high class to, you know, whatever, or not high class, maybe middle class to some people are high class. I saw a thing the other day, and they were talking about how, you know, so many high class blacks, mainly high class black men, fall out of, you know, they end up declining as they get older. But my thing with that is because, again, you have, and it's funny, Kenneth, you said, you just said something interesting, actually. You said, is it looked down upon being smart in the black community for whatever reason? But yeah, and that's a problem. Again, we sit here and say, oh man, we can't come up. Oh man, we're getting held down. Oh man, you know, this, that, and the third. But then when you see a nigga who does do it, a nigga comes up and has things, oh, he thinks he's better than people. Oh, he bougie, or, you know, this, that, and the third. Oh, you think you this because you're more intelligent or because you pursue knowledge or something like that. When you have the same fucking opportunity. I saw a little thing today. It was on, I don't know if y'all follow Slim Thug on Instagram. He had retweeted or reshared or whatever it's called on the fucking gram. 4-year-old little boy, 4 years old, fucking intelligent as shit. Like, and he was just talking about how much he loved reading. He reads every day. He's like, I'm able to use big words because, you know, I read every day. And he was using word, like, again, you know, he had the little 4-year-old voice, the little 4-year-old accents. You know, they still have that little squeakiness to it. But yet he was utilizing it. He was reading at least, or speaking at least at a 8th, 9th grade level. You know what I mean? And 4 years old. And he was talking about his love for reading and why he's able to speak so well. My thing is this. Neil deGrasse Tyson. But again, Neil deGrasse Tyson is only cool to white people. You know what I'm saying? What black people, you know, that just really love Neil deGrasse Tyson? Not very many. Black people like guys like what's his name, Cornel West, or what's the other guy? Can't think of the other fucking guy's name. You know what I mean? But you know, but I mean, no black person ever told me about fucking Thomas Sowell. I don't even know how I came across fucking Thomas. I can't even remember at this point. Stephen A. Smith is I don't know. Stephen A. Smith may be a pseudo, but again, Stephen A. Smith is a coon because he doesn't agree with what everybody else wants him to agree with. That's the thing. The thing is, you're a coon if you don't agree with what the majority of black people fucking agree with. But the funny thing about it, it's the majority of black people dancing, shucking, and jiving in the streets. Guys like Bobby Shmurda get praised, but he dancing on the table for a room full of white people. But that's not cooning. That's you know, doing what you got to do to get your record deal. That's again, the perception is awful. And so what I'm saying is that you can't listen to the masses, because somebody always says, if you're following the masses, you're probably looking like they asses. That's not how I say it, but it's more like you're looking like an ass if you follow the mass. And my thing is, there's nothing wrong with being intelligent. There's nothing wrong with paving your own path. There's nothing wrong with knowing your history. But at the same time, you have to build, you have to create, you have to make it. And there is no other country in which you have the ability to do shit like that. Like tomorrow, if I wanted to go out and start a business in America, I could do it. Very few loopholes, depending on what type of business it would be. And go pay, protect yourself with an LLC. You're not having to worry about exactly. Well, that's Omarosa. Omarosa did all that shit and the tomfoolery, and now she's a woman with no country. But my thing is just that you have a shitty cricket in the Kush den that's pissing me off, and then when I catch him, he gonna catch these hands. You over there screaming like a little bitch. But my thing is this, man. Regardless of how you do, even if you look at the people who are shucking and driving and doing a fool, do you think that you could do some shit like that in Africa and go get a record deal, go dance on the table in Africa and become famous and make millions of dollars? You think that it's a lot of rappers in Africa? Do you think they eating like any of these rappers here in America? They going through the same type of poverty. They going through the same type of situation. Akon came to America, made his money, took that shit back to Africa and built amazing things for his motherfucking shit. Big Shaq is like from fucking Europe, dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. But that's the thing, because black people don't. Here's the thing. Why? This is why entertainers are leaders of the black community, Kenneth. And I don't want to say black people because, again, like I say, there's a separation. I say niggas, but then I say niggas. That crosses all races. And then I do a bunch of category lumping. That's just how I speak. But niggas, which is the overwhelming majority of black people, when you're looking at African Americans, blacks, whatever you want to call them, the majority of them are niggas, and that's why so few son of a bitch, so few motherfuckers. I'm mad about that. I'm highly upset. My fucking drink was in my blind spot to where the mic was, and so I'm doing my fucking talking with my hand shit and knocked that over. I'm upset about that because I hadn't even drank any of it. So there's that. But anyway, you have so many niggas who basically they don't read. So where else are you going to get your information from? The entertainer, the rapper, the singer, whoever's talking to me on TV. Not where the real information lies, which is in a book, or which is some type of reading material, some type of source. Actually, I didn't do that much damage. These pages ain't got shit on them. And okay, cool. That's actually not as bad as I thought. I just wasted mostly drink. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But again, like I say, so what you have is, hey, Cricket, come drink some of this. I know you're thirsty. That's why you're over there crying. But like I say, the thing is, if you don't read, where are you going to get your information from the TV? Well, what are they showing you on the TV? They're not showing you how to improve your life. They're not showing you how to better your life. They're showing you that niggas chuck, jive, dance, coon. All the niggas, we dancing in the streets. We doing whatever the new dance is. We doing whatever is. I thought I had another fucking towel in here. Oh, I do. Give me 1 second, if you don't mind. Actually, like 30 seconds. Me and this Cricket really have some beef. I mean, we got some problems. When I see the niggas, it's smash on sight. But again, like I was saying, if you don't pursue your own information, you're going to take the information that you're fed. The liberals tell you, hey man, you're too stupid. You don't have the ability to do it on your own. You need us. We got to work as a unit. But if because what I find is super funny. What I find super duper funny, that I see a lot more of like liberals who'll sit there and say, if you don't agree with what they say, they'll call you a coon, they'll call you some old racist shit. I've seen liberals call the motherfuckers Uncle Toms and doing all that shit. Like that shit is the kosher lick. Like, oh, you don't hate Trump, or you don't hate, well, you're an Uncle Tom. Like, what the fuck? I thought you're supposed to be the peace loving and all that other shit. You know what I mean? You say what bothers me is a lot of non-blacks in America don't really have interaction with black folks. All they really have is the media, and that's what I'm saying though. But I think it goes both ways too. That's what I say, man. I've always been glad that I've been fortunate to interact with other cultures, and so I can have an appreciation for myself. But then I appreciate, I can see the perspective that other people have. You know what I mean? So let me see. Let me get everything. Let me get the live chat back going. So where I was. But at the same time, let me see. All right. Let me do this real quick. I told y'all I ain't playing with the caca shit. This shit has got the super stale, super fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is annoying as fuck. But my thing is this, man. The whole sweet, that shit ain't gonna keep a nigga right for the night. But my thing is this, man. Here's my thing: is that you gotta look at this like this. The media has an agenda. The media is constrained. Okay. Are you talking about the Arian Foster with son of a gun? The one with Paul Wall? I'm gonna have to check that out. And again, yeah, and the thing is with the trends and the trendsetters, here's the deal. Like, yes, black people are trendsetters. But you know what black people don't do? Black people don't capitalize off the fucking trends. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that kills me. It's like we get mad and we holler cultural appropriation and we talk about all this other stuff, but we don't fucking capitalize off the market. We don't trademark. We don't fucking, put any kind of legal hold on anything. And so therefore you are stuck with what you're stuck with. You say, it swears me that many people don't read. Like, we went to the library as a class and everyone just sat on their phones and ain't sniffed a book, just like you. Goddamn Kenneth, when I was trying to get your ass to read all fucking summer long. Man, all I'm gonna say is shit. You see Paul all the time when I was back at U of H. Let's just say at certain points in time we used to entertain some of the same company. We used to have a club back then. That shit was dope. We used to always go to the before the games and shit. But my thing is this, man. I don't know, probably like 300 seconds, whatever 300 seconds is. What, 5 minutes? So that's my thing. The caca will get you an instant timeout. Multiple cacas will get you a 24 to 48 hour ban. So there's that. But again, my thing is, like, I'm not saying that blacks ain't trends. We have all the ability to do all these things, but we don't fucking capitalize on any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't fucking make an effort to fucking do any of this shit. You know what I mean? We don't make an effort to benefit, because we could build generational wealth. Like, I look at situations like all these niggas that go to the NBA, okay, and how we sit here, say we're oppressed, we say we're broke. All these rappers who make so much money. I'm not telling nobody to do with their money. Like, it is your right to do whatever you want, but you can't sit here and complain about the shit when you're not really doing things that are beneficial. Going back to the hood, giving people money, not helping anybody do shit, because motherfuckers get money, they're going to spend it. You're not giving them financial educations. You're not teaching them how to invest. You're not teaching them how to start businesses. You're not figuring out how to do, any of that shit, then what's the point of complaining? You know, then like in one verse, I got all this money, me and my niggas got all this money, we rich, we this, we that, all this shit. Then the next verse, man, they holding us down, they won't let us do this. Like, I'm confused, you know, which one is it? Because again, it doesn't take very much to start a business. It doesn't take very much to, you know, the same amount of money that niggas swear they spending millions on chains and doing all this, that, and third for fashion. Why not put that back into something? A couple of million to open up several businesses. You could be employing several people while making money, you know. But again, I can't tell anybody what to do with their money. I'm not doing it right now. So who am I to say, you know, do this or do that? You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, yeah, you're not lying. And exactly. And that's the problem. That's what we were talking about earlier. Like how the Africans come over here with nothing or next to nothing. These motherfuckers, they'll all stay in the same house, you know, just like the Asians. They'll stay like the Asians, the Indians. They have this mindset because they're not tripping, because they know in other countries they'll live, you know, together. They'll pool their resources together. Over here, it's all about independence. You got to be independent at the age of 14. Or you have these parents having multiple kids with no kind of stability. I'm going to raise my little nigga. He going to be a gangster like me. Okay, well, you know what comes with that. You know, it's going to be a lot of police suppression if you know, live in that type of lifestyle, because that's what's expected. That's what we promote. We don't ever promote successful niggas as being able to. So, of course, motherfuckers, if the only thing you ever see coming out is the only niggas with money is selling dope, this, and this. Like, you know, don't be surprised why motherfuckers get harassed. I'm not saying it's justifiable. I'm not saying that it's you know, cool. But when that's what you promote, you know, that's what happens. Again, the stigma is going to be the same shit that we put out there. You know, we glorify dope, we glorify murder and all this other stuff. That's the biggest thing that I don't understand. Like, I'm not saying, look, don't protect yourself. A motherfucker fucking, like Malcolm X said, a motherfucker put their hands on you, put them in the grave. You know what I'm saying? Be polite. You know what I'm saying? You know, but if a motherfucker tests you and do whatever, then they do what you got to do. Get them up off you. Look, you only get one time. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with nothing like that. But when you live a life in pursuit of this type of shit on a daily, you know what I mean? Basically, you're a terrorist to your own community, and that's what niggas don't look at. Niggas be listening to me talking about I'm riding around the hood, shooting niggas, doing this, doing that, doing the third. Don't bat an eye. It ain't no thing. Oh, free TK. TK done fucking, you know what I'm saying, said, you know, whatever. Dominic has problems. I mean, if actually, we're going to talk about something, man. We're going to talk about something. Yesterday we had a conversation about incels, and I was wondering, is Dominic an incel? And I want to know your thoughts, Kush. Y'all see Dominic quite often. You know, drop a 1 if you think Dominic is an incel. Drop a 2 if you think Dominic's just a weird kid. I'm curious. But my thing is that we ride around the hood all day talking about shooting niggas, you know, exactly, with the Glock, with the Yappa, with the what's the Draco, you know. We you know what I'm saying? All that other shit. He's a fucking we got a simp and an incel. We got a 1 of the 2, so he's a weirdo and an incel. That's crazy. But my thing is a simp cell. God damn. But my thing is, you know, we sit here and we promote all this negativity amongst ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's no big deal. Niggas hollering free TK. TK that knocked off a bunch of niggas and this, that, and the third. But let it be a moment where the laws beat a nigga up who drew the out on him. Like, here's my thing. If I was the law, man, motherfucker got a pistol on me, shit, I'm finna beat the brakes off that motherfucker just like a regular nigga. But, you know, it's okay if it's just one of us killing ourselves. We don't know no better. We don't know no better. We just don't understand. But, you know, when the lawman do it, oh, it ain't right. And now I could agree, these motherfuckers are supposed to be trained professionals and this, that, and other. And this, I'm sitting there telling, I don't really care about the laws like that, but at the same time I can't hate and say fuck all the laws, because there's been instances where, again, it should be situations where y'all don't even know who the fuck Honcho is right now. But again, just from being kosher about the situation, speaking respectfully. I'm not sitting there saying yes sir, yes sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Just look, officer, this is what it is, blah 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 blah. Address them by their title. You ain't got to do all that other extra shit. And again, I could have been banned for contraband and some other shit, like bamboozled, and motherfuckers let me off. I mean, and you don't understand. It could be just. It only takes that much to get your shit thrown away, and the motherfucker threw it away and just let me make it because, you just wasn't acting a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? Hang the 10-year-old migrant. You ought to be careful. That's the best I find in one day. Despite, Dominic, do your best. I'm not worried about you. You're gonna, after the stream, you're gonna go spite yourself later on tonight. My thing is this: you say I'm a child, but one day not tomorrow. I'll come back. Don't make it be. You do what you do, Dominic. Like, trust me, I dealt with motherfuckers way worse than you'll ever be. It's not a thing to me, But again, you eating weak cereal right now. But here's the deal, man. Like I say, you got to understand. It's about how you deal with people, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about no motherfucking threats, man. Like, it's not even the fact that it's just, look, I'm just letting them know, like, that's cool. But again, you showing your true color. What people don't realize is through words how much of themselves they show. And you're doing nothing but proving my point. You know what I'm saying? They don't care. Like, who gives a damn? Look, everybody gonna go one day. Shit, driving on the road is fucking dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is. It don't matter about being a thug. I don't care about that. I didn't say nothing about a thug. I said nothing about that. Again, you putting on that food. That's funny. It is nothing about being a thug. It's motherfuckers way worse that you would never believe would be into certain shit. Again, it'd be shit that you would look at them and you wouldn't believe. Don't carry themselves no particular kind of way. Trust me. It's a cricket, and he's causing issues. But again, like I say, my thing is, I don't know what you're talking about. But again, like I say, the cricket foe. But like I was saying, though, man, my thing is this though. So that's why I may label people, I may generalize, I may do things like that, but I don't really sweat the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like I say, there's different people in different categories. So like I say, I generalize shit, but I mean, you have to understand that there are always going to be outliers, there's going to be anomalies, there's going to be people who don't fit the category that you try to put them in. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just listened to the Wink Poot. Oh man, I just listened to the Wink Poot for the first time when Mr. Rabbit posted it. And the thing about it that was so fucking funny, because I seen when 335 sent it, but I never went and checked it. The thing about it that was so fucking funny was that the shit was unexpected. Like, I didn't know when it was coming. Like Shaq Kush, I mean, wasn't expect it when it first happened. But when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But like when the Wink Poot happened, like I honestly didn't hear it. And so I just saw everybody talk about, farting in the fucking chat and the fucking thing. And I was like, okay, I must have missed it. But the Shaq Kush, that shit was moist. The fucking, man, that Shaq Kush one was fucking disgusting. I don't care what nobody says. And that shit, you could hear the gas and you could hear the moisture. There was moisture, possibly condensation involved in that. Oh man, I saw that shit. Jerry Jones smoking that good shit. And like I say, whenever I start smoking again, I'm gonna take a trip up to Dallas and get whatever weed Jerry Jones smoking on. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But I'm telling you, the thing about the Shaq Kush one though, it was so bad because he tried to blame Scotty. So it's on Dr. Rabbit's fucking. It's on Dr. Rabbit's Instagram. like I say, because it was just because he was like in the middle of making a point, you know, just talking about something, and that one was just forceful. You know what I'm saying? That shit was hilarious. Yes, it's an infatuation with proper pooting. Shaq Kush tried to blame it on me, then try to blame it on Scotty. You know, so there was definitely denial in that too. But the thing about this though is, like I said, but getting back to niggas be pooting smelling like fried chicken in old English. No, I'm just joking. That was very stereotypical. But my thing is this, man. Like I say, you know, that the opportunities in this country, because it's about America. Now, my thing is this, and this is my solution to people who say, you know, fuck America and all this other stuff. But you don't ever see it happening. Is take advantage of the opportunity that is here. Stack your money up, get your hustle on, and take it elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? You can make enough money here in America to live like a fucking king. A king everywhere, almost everywhere else in the world. You can go to the fucking Philippines. You know, niggas always want them a little Filipino anyway. That's a story for another time and place. I'm a have to whoop-de-whoop a story about that. But you could go live like a king in the Philippines. You could fucking, what you $500-600 a month, I mean, you living like a boss, living in a 2-story house, car, cable, internet, all that good shit. You ain't spending no money. There's all other kind of places. Thailand, you go live in certain Asian countries, other Asian countries for very little and live very well. Again, you can figure out, I mean, like, we have a serious digital economy out here. People are becoming digital entrepreneurs all the time. You know, the internet, I told y'all about when, you know, I was selling fucking Donald Trump pillows and shit, and I need to get back on that shit because I'm pretty sure they're probably selling better than ever. Am I a Donald Trump fan? No, not at all. I don't care about politicians at all, but I knew that there was a passion. Man, that's what I say when I see that nigga. I'm telling you, like, and the thing about it, let me tell you about this whole ass cricket, because I let him make it. Because this nigga looped around my desk like twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, okay, I see my nigga. You know, he wasn't flexing. He wasn't really tripping. So I wasn't even talking no shit. I let him make it. I ain't laid a stomp down on him. But now this nigga done went and found him a little safe space. You know what I'm saying? And now he just making big noise. You know what I'm saying? So, but my thing is, well, hey, I go to the Philippines, get all the cheapest Nikes that you want. Man, have y'all seen that? And again, here's the thing. You know, people mad at Nike, whatever. And it's a guy, I want to say a Tennessee senator, basically said he's trying to see all the public schools that are sponsored by Nike. And this is where people are getting foolish, because now you've gone so far into rhetoric and stupid shit that you going to fuck around and cost people jobs at the expense of trying to prove a stupid point. Because the biggest Nike facility, like distribution center, is in Tennessee. So go in there and say, okay, yeah, we're going to shut down any of these. We're going to shut down Nike funding any of these schools or provide any of these schools with gear. So what if Nike says, okay, well, fuck it. We're going to go and take these thousands of jobs and move them elsewhere since y'all want to act stupid. You know, how many of those people do you think are going to be happy with you? I mean, how many of those people you think are going to spread the word and affect your reelection? People get caught up in shit nowadays and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL boycott Nike products. That would be the end of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gonna be like, Reeboks. What? What is this, New Orleans? Y'all what is these soldieries jerseys? We ain't with this shit. But my thing is, again, but what I'm saying is, you can fucking do what you want to. You can go live in the Philippines for cheap. You can go live at all these other places for low cost. But what I'm saying is, these are for the people who say, hey, I don't want to live in America. There are other options. But again, these other options will come with an extreme cost. Yeah, it's some motherfuckers taking L's here in America. But again, you're going to take L's anywhere you go. You know what I mean? And especially you go to a place where there are less folks who look like you. I think you're going to stand out a little bit more. You're going to be observed quite a bit more, and so that's something that you're going to have to deal with. You know what I mean? Oh man, Serena! I saw that little Serena thing. Serena, here's my deal. I finally got a chance to see that the Serena tirade. I think Serena was out of line for her little tirade. I think she was throwing a fucking hissy fit. Now, I think the referee was a hoe because they showed, him dealing with other motherfuckers and getting way worse shit said to him and not penalizing people, and they were talking about some other little instances there. So I saw some of that shit. But I do think Serena I do think Serena took she had a hissy fit. Like she was, I have a daughter. I would never do that. Like what the fuck does your fucking daughter got to do with what's happening on the tennis court right now? It's just, you're a daughter's in the fucking stands right now. Like that shit ain't got shit to do with what it is. Yeah, I can hear it sound. It sounds crazy. I got to figure out what's going down. Kenneth, your reading skills are on L, so fuck you. But again, man, so it's just that you have to look at certain situations, and you just have to, you kind of got. Oh, you gonna shut up, my nigga? Oh, see, look, there you go. Yeah, what would we do without ESPN, Heidi? You're a hater. You know what I'm saying? The girl who beat her she was Haitian and Japanese, so she's mixed, but she stayed in a Haitian household, from what I'm told. So there's that. Like a lot of people are trying to. Man, I'm mad about this shit too because I was plotting and scheming in this fucking shit, and I got killed. But my thing is, yeah, you was real close. You had a couple of numbers off. Who the fuck is Russ? You talking about Russell Westbrook? Or y'all talking about Russ, that rapper dude? Because I saw something about a Russ rapper, but I'm not familiar with who the fuck he is. Yeah, that's what I say. So they try to avoid saying, that she's Haitian. They just always say Japanese because the last name or whatever. But that's the darkest fucking Japanese I've ever seen. So, Russell Wilson is lame. He is. Even though I got him in fantasy, he is lame. But yeah, so my fucking thing with Serena though is she overreacted a bit. Like I think the pressure, the fact she was taking that L, and I think that just got to her. You know what I'm saying? But again, and you know what he said? You know what the daddy said? He basically said that Serena and them's daddy laid the blueprint. He followed the blueprint that he laid out for his daughter. So he basically followed I don't even know what Serena's daddy's name is, but basically followed that same blueprint to make sure his daughter was successful. He said, no, he calls out lame ass rappers that use drugs and people get mad when what is going on? We gotta figure out what is causing this sound. Mr. Williams. What about Mr. Wendell? I'm gonna take y'all back in time. That's something. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. And you youngsters don't know about that good rap. Okay, y'all don't know about Arrested Development. Y'all don't know about Mr. Wendell. Okay, it's before y'all time. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be mad when other people play the game. You can't say that word. That word will get you banned. There, you can't use that name on social media. It'll get you banned. I can't even repeat that shit. He was talking about Lil Peep saying he's a junkie and said, "Oh no, not Mac Miller." When they died, they want to say it should have been him. Like, what's wrong with people? Man, again. I don't know what you're talking about. How does it help us? He said, y'all be mad he playing a video game. Y'all talk about Serena. Man, I'm mad about the game because the nigga, like right here, I'm plotting and waiting. I knew it was a motherfucker coming in this door. See, this is where I fried it though, because I was at the angle where he could hit me with the sidearm. I should have went to the side, waited till he came in and wasted him. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Dominic, that's a very odd question to ask, and that's something I'm definitely not going to answer. Like, that's a very strange question. I don't sleep on a bed. I sleep on I sleep on a cardboard mat. Motherfucker got my bitch ass. Yes. The more materials that you have in your house only adds more stress, so I live a minimalist lifestyle. Konnichiwa. But again, it is what it is. So here is the deal. My thing is this. America is not bad as some folks would like to make you believe. Does it have its flaws? Abso-fucking-lutely. Was it built on the backs of other people? Abso-fucking-lutely. Were you one of those people? Absolutely fucking not. God, absolutely fucking not. I'm reading right. Absolutely fucking not. Maybe it was your ancestors, maybe it was your predecessors, but guess what? They did that labor, not you. Take advantage of what the fuck they did. Build, thrive. And if you build now, you can build something better for the future generation so they don't sit here saying the same shit that we do. Because like I said, I go back and I look, and there are plenty of, and this is the story that people, they don't want to share these stories because then maybe niggas will start realizing something. Of course, they're not going to tell you these tales, that there are so many people that built up empires from scratch. There were black doctors, black fucking lawyers, and all these things when they were motherfucking slaves. Not every black person, even during slavery, was enslaved. There were lineages of people who have been freemen for their entire existence here in America. Now, everybody was not given that opportunity, but guess what? When that opportunity did come to everybody, some people took advantage of that shit. And within a generation of being freed from slavery, some of those people who were still slaves changed their mentality and seized the opportunity and secured their families' legacies for years to come. What I don't understand is you have all these celebrities, you have all these, look at like, who is it, Antoine Walker? Motherfucker had like $188 million contract at one point in time, which ain't shit now, but then ends up broke? Got no money, giving it to friends and family. Motherfucker, for what? I told people, if I ever hit big, if I ever made like a big cash sum, one, I probably wouldn't give nobody shit, depending on how I got it. If it was like some old lottery shit, I fuck with a couple of folks. You get one wish, and that's it. On that, you get to ask me for one thing, one time. That is all. Don't think just because I'm good, you gonna get to come back every time and say, well, I'm out of money. So your ass better want to invest in a motherfucking fucking business if you fucking smart. You ask me for a fucking car, you gonna get that fucking car. I hope you got the motherfucking money to fucking pay for the repairs and pay for the fucking oil changes and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if fucking I had to earn this shit through building a brand, well, you sure as hell ain't getting shit. I give you a job, that's all I got for you. Like, that's about it. See, I need a nigga to walk Scotty, what I'm talking about. But here's the deal. Don't let none of that shit hit the ground. If any of that Scotty shit hits the ground, you're fired. But when I give money to my mom, but mom wouldn't want any money. No, I'm strange like that. She uber comfortable. I probably try to. The way I'd look at that is, I'd try to move her from where she currently is, just because I don't trust niggas. And motherfuckers who know you, depending if they know you from their past, niggas is roaches. They'll motherfucker try to get at your people to try to get at you. So I'd probably put her in a better environment, maybe move her closer to some other family or something like that. But that would be about it, because it would just depend. Like I said, if motherfuckers know you got money, then you got to be careful. But if it was just a situation where shit, I came up and nobody knew nothing, then shit, I'd let her do whatever the fuck she want to do. You know what I'm saying? And there's that. So that's probably about as good as it would get. Not the witness protection program. It'd be the nigga free protection program. I'd pay some I go get some of them Blackwater motherfuckers to follow around. If you see any nigga. Now you I have to put them through sensitivity training so they would know the difference between niggas and black people. So now if any nigga gets within 10 feet of my mom, gun him down. So there's that. Bryson Hackle, what's the motherfucking deal? That's a new name. Not familiar with that one. But my thing is, no incel. That's what I would do if I got rich. I would help the incels. I'd have a convention for incels, and I would help them learn that a little confidence is all they need. That's funny. A little confidence, a little weed is all they need. Nah, but I would do something for people, but it would only be like once. I wouldn't be doing a whole bunch. Like I'd have like, one life-changing event for people, and then the rest of that shit I'm spending on myself. God damn it. Me and the fam, we gonna live good. We gonna go to fucking the Philippines and sell drugs. But again, that's what I'm saying. That shit there is crazy. Let's see what we got shaking here. Can't lie. This goddamn cricket is pissing me off, so we probably gonna get ready to wind it up here shortly so I can go and I can find that nigga and I'm gonna have to put a hole in his head with a pencil. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. It's super funny because I think the yeah, you see it with the fucking hashtags. Like, I be putting hashtags on my fucking photos for Instagram, but like, I honestly don't give a fuck about none of them hashtags. A lot of that shit is serious crush for all black. Who the hell is that? I'm trying to figure out who the fuck is they too. That fucking these fucking pronouns, these goddamn identity politics are a motherfucker. Goddamn, it'd probably be illegal to say they before too long. Say don't kill a cricket is bad luck. Oh man. Well, it might be. We probably finna get unlucky. Look, I wonder if they have whips. So there's that. They'll say somebody look. If the Texans take an L to the Titans, y'all know I killed a fucking cricket. I don't blame me. All right, I was trying to do my best. I should have murked him when I seen him. Like, honestly, because he pissing me off now. See, that's what being nice gets you. That's the lesson of the day. Don't fucking be nice. Mash them on sight. If you have the opportunity, just mash them on fucking sight. Goddamn, don't even fucking play with them. You know what I'm saying? If they win, I should name him. Ain't gonna be no name. If I catch that motherfucker, it's a done deal. I'll name him. I'll put a little toothpick and a fucking post-it note and call it a grave site wherever I fucking mash his ass at, like they do for people on the fucking side of the road and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what'll happen. I'll put a little toothpick, I'll tape it down wherever I stomp his ass, and that'll be his little memorial. Shit, and that's gonna be the wrap right there. You know what? I actually just thought about something too. You can't explain that, Kenneth. The definition should be godlike figure, undefeatable. How many colognes are in the NFL, and how many McRae's have you seen in the NFL? You let me know. Get back with me. Unfortunately, I think there's still a McRae on Jacksonville. There's one on Dallas. I know there used to be one in New Orleans. I don't know if he's still there. I've yet to see the colognes. I've yet to see the cologne. Maybe if you wore some cologne, you wouldn't be simping to the hose. But there's that. I guess the cricket agreed. As soon as I said if you wore some cologne, you wouldn't be simping to the hose. The cricket shut the fuck up. Ain't that a bitch? So there's that. I think the cricket agrees that Kenneth needs to wear cologne, stop tying shoes, quit carrying backpacks, and everything will be A-okay. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? No, the real Kenneth bounced back. Kenneth got a alternate too. Kenneth uses certain terms that Jaybird doesn't use. If it was Jaybird, it'd have been another 150 cockeyes. So, there's that. Packers and Jacks. There you go. He stopped using real family because we used to call him ATL family. And so there is that. That's fucking funny. Obey your thirst. Drink Sprite. So here's the deal. I'm going to call it a wrap. I'm not guaranteeing any mixer action. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I said I'm trying to get everything in line. Yeah, he was still simping. I mean, he's still simping, Kenneth has a problem. You don't get over an addiction that quickly. He still has some things to work on. I got an inside source at Kenneth's school that says that he's still been simping pretty tough. They said he's working on it, but he's still averaging about 2 shoe ties a day. So hopefully he gets over that, man. Hopefully he gets over that. Anywho, but damn, halfway through a bottle of 20. Ooh, good grief. Let it go. Say the other half for tomorrow. That's tough, man. That's super tough. So there's that. But again, and it's excellent actually, because I can do something this evening that I haven't been able to do in a while. Again, there may possibly be a mixer. I don't know. I may or may not. Depends on if I get in touch with Shaq Kush. If he's already snoring on stream, he might be. But with that being said, my friends, Allah Den, I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you for, plot twist. It's just like the Departed or some shit. But again, I appreciate you all. Thank you all for joining me in the den this evening. And with that being said, because Kenneth is still among us this evening, I'm not going to politely escort you out. I'm going to tell y'all, get the fuck out. Because Kenneth out there with y'all. And, simps get the boot. So like I said, you ain't got to go home, but y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. Adios.